Good day, everyone. Today, another message from the Healing Energy Oracle, and I put on top what might be important to focus on. I first planned to pull just one card because I'm a little bit tired today, but my guides told me to pull two more. So, as usual, three cards. And the crazy thing, I didn't even know there were two goodness cards in the deck. First pulled this one. Goodness, I refine my character and overcome difficulties by remaining positive. I calm my heart and illuminate my intellect to transform shadow into light. I consciously manifest goodness in and around me. I improve my qualities for the benefit of all. And yes, every person, and there's only one that can change you to the person you want to be. So you can be the bestest of yourself, best connected with yourself. And everyone has his own character. And as usual, characters usually have been manipulated to be formed to what everyone else wants your character to be. But your character is your character you're born with. And basically, nobody has the right to. Hold on, I forgot. Oh, comment. Hi, Gary. And basically, that character, you can change all the conditioned characteristics to the true and only you. So I'll read it again. Goodness, I refine my character and overcome difficulties by remaining positive. I calm my heart and illuminate my intellect to transform shadow into light. I consciously manifest goodness in and around me. I improve my qualities for the benefit of all. And the last one, you might think when you improve your qualities for the benefit of all, don't forget yourself because you're a big part of it. Because when you improve your qualities, the biggest beneficiary is yourself. Because when you can bring out your benefits, your qualities, by showing your true character, your true personality, it can benefit everyone. For example, well, some people might say a neighbor from hell. But on the other hand, that neighbor, well, I usually said there's no way she can live with herself. So that's why she lashes out. Now, if you have somewhere around you, someone you know, or just living next to you, that's giving you a hard time, your emotions go all over the place because they don't know how badly they throw around with their energy when they are angry because they cannot go through one door with themselves and they throw it around. They affect those that are on their minds. There are a lot of ways you can go about it, but one way I have found to be very beneficial. I, in my thought, visualize a bubble and I put mirrors inside of it with the mirror side inward, but with the intention that love and light can travel both ways. You want them to learn that when they throw around with their energy, it affects everyone around them, but now it cannot travel out because I've put that bubble around that person. And the intention is when she is living her own life, minding her own business, there's no effect. She can still receive love. And she doesn't get trashed with her own energy. But when she starts to think of bullying people around her because she is emotional, off track, off key, or whatever, she feels it and not the people around. And I made sure that none of her emotions or throwing around energy can be thrown anywhere else than within that bubble. And the intention is to let her feel that love and light is also for her, and that it does not harm her. And when you are, like me, a born teacher, that is the biggest intention when I put a bubble around a person like this neighbor. So whenever it starts, it calms down even before it's actually being thrown outside of the bubble. Now the second card, and most important, the people around don't get affected by their energy. And I laughed when I pulled the second goodness card. And it says, I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus, I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others. And what I've noticed lately, that when I go to the store or I'm outside, you see some people think, who is she? And they start to laugh. They start to feel happy, which tells me I'm finally able to send out the unconditional support and love. And sometimes I don't even say much, but I make a little joke with the cashier, and then other people, that don't know how to respond look at me, but then they start to smile. And that is a very gentle, soft way of sending out love to those that need. Because you all know a day without a laughter, well, it's basically a day, a little bit of a sad day. But when you bring laughter, you receive joy and you send out joy, because there's nothing more beautiful to see that when you make a joke, that someone that is basically grumpy or has a bad day looks at you from one side, from the corner of their eye, and smile, usually not knowing how to respond to it because they're no longer used to it. And the last card on this list, in this row, it says faith. I am confident I will achieve my goals. I live in the present and have faith in the future. I firmly believe in my value within the universe. Now, and if you have trouble to live in the now, in the present, just watch, just analyze animals and just glance and then think, that is a feeling I would love to explore. And I open up to that feeling, because an animal is the biggest therapist on the earthly planes. And they are so happy to teach you how to live in the now. So, for example, you have a dog in your life and you walk, usually not patient enough because you got so much to do. So, I gotta be there on that time. I gotta be there, and this and this and this. And your dog is slowing down. Some dogs have a habit, especially the bigger dogs, to just slump down. They retract their forepaws, flip over to their back. And who are you to lift a big dog? Because you are in a hurry. And instead of trying to get that dog moving, because basically your dog is telling you, come on, sit next to me, just be. And that maybe take 1 or 2 minutes. And they're ready to walk on. But when you try to push them, come on, it could take you forever. Until they're fed up. Oh, my family's not listening. They're not listening. I'll give up. I'll try again later. But when they sit down and you just follow their lead, they will be way sooner to move on. Now, when you think that on your own life, put that on your path. When you want to rush everything you want to do, it's like you somewhat feels like you're walking through thick mud. It's hard to get moving. But when you visualize what the dog has been trying to teach you, or what you've seen if you don't have a dog, that a dog really messes with the owner telling you to sit down and be in the moment. Keep that in mind, because sometimes when you take that breath, and if it's difficult for you to start with 30 seconds or even 10 seconds. Sit down, take that breath, and walk on. Next time, 20 seconds, a couple of breaths, and move on. And when you practice that enough, all of a sudden, you find yourself live in the moment. Because those 30 seconds become eventually 5 minutes. And if you practice that, be in the moment for 5 minutes a day. And if you have to split it up throughout the day, those moments, and yes, it can be difficult, because when you're not used to sit still, your mind takes over, and that's why you need to breathe and consciously tell. Breathe in deep, hold, breathe out. Because when you focus on your breath, your mind has no time to race on all the things you do. But keep in mind, those 30 seconds you take before you take on the task you meant to do could be the difference. That task can take you 10 minutes. Because if you don't take the time, there are all ways of the universe that is trying to tell you, calm down. And all of a sudden, that task you thought would take 10 minutes takes hours, because everything goes wrong. But maybe if you would have taken the breath, maybe you need to put a piece of furniture together with all kinds of stuff, of panels and screws. Now think of it. When you start, you get open the box, you start to put everything together, and then all of a sudden you're halfway and find you forgot a piece, a major important piece. And for that you have to take the whole thing apart. Now, if you would have taken the time to basically lay out all the things together, okay, those fit the same, that is the same, sort the screws, sort this, get the manual, just study it for a second. And instead of having to take it apart a couple of times, you know the sequence, how it was meant to be put together. And then all of a sudden you realize, I got it done. So, and that's why that last one says faith. I'm confident I will achieve my goals. Now, this could be, usually you had a partner that did those things for you, and he left you, or either walked away, or something happened we do not want in life, that they passed. And then all of a sudden you're left with a task, and you're all over the place. I don't know how to do this. I cannot do this. I cannot. And all you do is inhaling more energy, because you forget to exhale. Take that deep breath and push out the energy. And just sit, contemplate on the task at hand. And when I started out, and I believe me, up to the age I think of, well, maybe even 30 or 40, I have no idea. I thought I had two left hands. I was nothing I could do. Even everyone said, well, you can do this. Oh my God, how did you do that? Yeah, right. I could. I didn't believe in myself. And then one day, I told myself, there's nothing I cannot do. And yes, one task I'll be better than in another task. But there's nothing I cannot do. And for that, you need to take the time. Now, the first time I lived on myself, on my own, I had to hang something up on the wall. I was 25. I had a drill. My dad taught me. I knew how to do it. But hey, it was never good enough. So I put all the stuff at the place where I needed to do. And I just couldn't bring myself to pick up that drill and drill that hole in the wall, even though I knew how to do it. But I was so afraid to fail. It eventually took me about 2 years before I actually picked up that drill, and believe me, I was shaking from top to bottom. I had to take that breath, a deep breath, close my eyes for a second, put that drill against the wall, and well, it was like an earthquake because that's how I was shaking. And I had finally fulfilled the task. Nobody told me to do this. I was the one that stepped over my fear, even though I was shaking. And then that picture frame I was able to hang up. And it was in plain sight. I left the drill close by, didn't clear it up yet. And I just sat, basically crying. I did it. I drilled a hole in that wall. Now, if I can do this, if I was able to overcome that, I have every faith in you to overcome your difficulties. Take that breath, sit with it, because everybody's mind can work in different ways. For some, it's mysterious. And for some, you first have to make that picture in your head how you want to do it. And then break it down. If you cannot take that first step yet, break that up till the first step. Break it down. Literally put everything, place it make it ready, and just stare at it and ask, will this be the moment I'm going to do it? No, not yet. Maybe tomorrow. There's always another day. And one day, you build up the courage to take that step. And that is my message for today. And as you can see on the banners that is scrolling down, whenever you see this message, it is the right time for you to receive this message. And I want to thank everyone, either during this live or on the replay. Thank you for watching. And I see you another day. Sending you all infinite love and light. And for those also who need it, and for those that also need healing, I'm sending that out with every single message I put out in the world. Thank you for watching. Please like, and if you haven't yet, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe and share so more people can receive the message they meant to see. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you another day.